What's going on, people? Good morning. I'm back again. Let's get right into the proceedings this day, morning, evening, wherever you may come from. You already know who I am. Just stay tuned for what I'm about to do. Another beautiful live stream. So, bear with me because this may be a little bit of a reach, this live stream, but I'm known to reach ambitiously. So, let's get right into it. For those that don't know what carbon dioxide is, carbon dioxide, as a plane goes over me, yeah, well, natural gases that occur naturally inside the earth and in our body. Natural gases, sometimes they become poisonous gases. What's going on, Margie? Appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for being at the live stream last night. And I'm talking about negative and positive energy, negative, positive vibes. Releasing them sometimes is like releasing carbon dioxide. You have to let it go, because if you keep holding on to it too long, it can become poisonous. It can hurt you. It could tear you down. It could, deteriorate your life. It could change your mental state, your spiritual, your financial. It can hurt you in ways that's, unimaginable. So like I said, it's like releasing those things that may occur naturally but are not any good for you. Any bad relationships, any poisonous situations, any negative or destructive behavior that may come about. Sometimes you just have to release that negative energy, and in order to survive, you take a more positive energy, by being around people who are uplifting, upbuilding, encouraging, constructively criticizing you, not tearing you down and stuff like that. So sometimes you just need a release. A lot of times you need a release. Almost like water. If you have a cup of dirty water or something in it, you have to pour more water to filter out, more clean water to filter out the dirty. So you're taking in more positive, more clean water in order to filter out and get the stuff out and sift it out, the dirt that's at the bottom of it. And life is like that a lot of times. Yeah, toxicity, any kind, must be released. And in life, sometimes we don't. We hold on to these things. We feel as if, we need to, keep this stuff around us because it's familiar to us. It's almost like a cancer. Folks hold on to it. They cherish it. They worship it in some ways. Some people rather stay with the familiar that hurts them than to release and actually move forward towards the positive unknown. And I say we need to take in more H2O, more clean vibes, more clean air, release the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide being the toxic relationships, the negative thought patterns, I don't know, the hellacious things that people get into, the drama, the gossip, the backbiting. It's tempting. I'm not going to lie. It's tempting to do those things, to be involved in these type of things and shenanigans and stuff like that. Sometimes people get bored. But the more toxicity that you take in, the more it hurts you, the more you risk hurting the people around you and situations and environments that, exist and occur. And like I said, I know this is a reach. I know this is a stretch. But sometimes I reach and I stretch with it. But, things happen. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say things don't happen, that don't need to be addressed. I don't care if you do everything right. You can do everything right and the drama's still going to come. But how do you release it? Enabled and toxic, though, is tough love, is love and purity. Yes, you want to keep taking more purity. You want to take in more positive thought. You want to take in more, spiritual, uplifting, upbuilding things in your life. But it's a struggle, because, sometimes it is tempting to go towards the drama. It is tempting to play in the dark, and cut off the light and do some things that you really don't want people to see. You really don't want people to know about you. It is tempting to go out there and just have a little fun or do some things that are reckless. But, I believe in karma. I believe in those things come back to you in some way, in some shape, in some form. And it's something to really be wary of. But sometimes people don't realize until it's too late. I remember a coworker told me many years ago, many years ago, he says that you got to understand even the longest rope has an end. You may think that you're getting away with something for so long, until it catches up with you. And then that noose tightens, and then you're hanging out there dangling for the world to see. Kind of crazy analogy coming from a black man, but I got it from a black man. Change is never easy. It's the hardest steps to make. Yes, change is not always easy, especially when you're used to enabling, toxicity, and negative behavior, especially when you're used to, doing reckless things and not being held accountable. It could be a different, thing, different reality to try to actually hold yourself accountable and look in the mirror of modesty, self-effaced, which a lot of people may not want to do, and I get it. But somebody somebody has to pay attention. Like I said, if you want to try to move forward and do, good and great things, and seize your destiny, whatever that may be, like I said, it's a situation where you get up each day and you have choices in front of you. The choice between the dark and the light, the good, the evil. Like I said, the positive, the negative. What's going on, Mo? I appreciate it. What's going on? Hello to you as well. In life we have choices. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. And there's nothing wrong with the choices. With having to make a choice. What I'm saying, we all make choices, but the choices that we make say a lot about us and who we are and where we're coming from. And how we, particularly, believe in what we do. And I say, if you're ready and willing to face these choices and face the world each day, then to each his own. But for those folks that are trying to move forward, in the right direction, you have to let go of the toxic stuff, no matter how comfortable, no matter how familiar it seems, because all it's going to do is stagnate you and hinder you and stop you from achieving the goals and the things that you're going after, the things that you want, the things that you should be doing, your destiny, where you should be in this life. There are people a lot of times who may not understand why they're not moving forward, why they're not progressing, why they're not achieving, why they're not going where they need to go. Look around you. Look at the company you keep. Look at the thoughts that you think and the things that you watch and the things and the places you find yourself in. Let me see what you said, Mo. Very wise words. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. But it's just stuff that comes with experience, with learning. Like I said, it's that release that's needed. You need to release that toxic buildup. The natural things that happen and occur in life. Sometimes the negativity comes around us, and we can't stop that, from happening, just because of, the things that happen by osmosis and come into the world. Just a little lighthearted reminder of you, Stevie Wonder. That glasses rocking when you sing. Yeah, nah, it's all good. It's all good, Margie. I'm all for the lighthearted too. You get it though. Like I said, I'm not gonna stay on here long, but you kind of get the point. Anybody that watches this video, you'll get where I'm coming from. Like I said, it's a reach, but it is what it is. What's up, Eagle VP? I appreciate you for coming through. But like I said, it is about just releasing that negative energy, especially if you want to move forward into positive things. And you do find balance. The negative and the positive both feed off each other. So, you just find your way and find a balance in life. So in order for you to accomplish and do the things that you need to do, every day is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. Everything is not going to go your way. It's going to seem like there's days when everything is, just coming down around you and the forces of evil are just trying to take you out, But you have to just get to the point where you get that release. And how you get that release is in, the principles and the things that you believe in and the things that you take in, the negativities that we have to just let go. Sometimes it's eating habits. Sometimes it's the way we think. Sometimes it's conversations with people that we're having. You know what I'm saying? Individual cannot let the negativity hold it down. Yeah. But sometimes, Mo, that's what happens. People let the negativity hold them down. Sometimes, we believe the things that society is telling us we are, as opposed to seeing things for what they really are. There's the world as we would like it to be, and there's the world as it really is. There's your life as you would like it to be, and then there's your life as it really is, and then, what other people are saying it is. Which one do you believe? Do you see the truth? Do you believe what's going on? Louisiana Therapy and Garden, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through, and this is what it is. Like I said, this is what I believe. I know this is a reach. Like I said, I'm going a little philosophical and trying to get scientifical at the same time, but I'm just using, the releasing carbon dioxide as a metaphor, that waste, that buildup, that toxic buildup, because what happens is, it affects our health, it affects our focus, it affects our relationships, it affects our ability to work and go out there and earn money. And just be uplifting and upbuilding to those folks that need it, or even to get encouragement. You want to take in more positive than negative. You know what I mean? Like I said in a video that I did years ago, maybe Eagle VP said it. You want to have more love in your heart than hate. You shouldn't have any hate, but let's be realistic. People do have, some negativities and, imperfections in their heart, and sometimes that may be hate. Let's not pretend, but you want to try to manage and control that. You want to be balanced. You want to be tempered in all things, in order to, get where you need to go. So you don't want to take on so much negativity, but understanding that negativity will exist. You seem like a good person out there in the world. It'd be a better place than people think. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Saying, like I said, I'm not as good as I would like to be. I'm not as good as I may appear on the live stream. I have my days. Unfortunately, common sense can't be taught. Yes, you're right. Common sense can't be taught. Or can it? Can't common sense be taught? I disagree. I disagree. Common sense can be taught, but it's not common to everybody. Common sense, it means, okay, it's something that's understood amongst the people that are in a particular community. Let's say you have a people in a community of, the black community. Certain things that are understood in the black community may not be understood in the white community. Or certain things that are understood in American society may not be understood, in Russian society or Asian society. It may be different understandings that people have, different idiosyncrasies that people have from different country to country, different race to race and stuff like that, until you take the time out to understand each other. So I do believe it can be taught. I just don't think it is taught as it pertains to common sense, for the common man, for common people. Everybody has different things in different regions, different stuff that's going on. There are definitely different ways to deal with things, but then, what's right, what's wrong. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. But like I said, I'm just saying it just to have a conversation. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I encourage people to express their point of view, and Margie does, have a good point of view as well as a lot of other people that come through to these live streams. And I'm just grateful to have 4 people up in the live stream. Last night we did real good. We had 19 people up in the live stream, but that's really much just a side note. Like I said, this is just to encourage people, to try to take in more positive energy, to, be more, be around people that are more encouraging, that are more uplifting, to people that can teach you things, that can show you some things, that can, motivate you and push you to, be your best self. And not just your best self, the best, that's possible for you. Not just your best self, but the best that's possible for you to be in life. And it takes time. It's a struggle. It's a challenge, because there's obstacles that, that are constantly in the way. We live in a world of opposites. We live in a world where, there's negativity always, ever present, always trying to stop you from becoming what you will become. Some people sometimes are just against you because you are who you are. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that person who gave me a thumbs up. I encourage anybody else in here to, hit that thumbs up button if you so choose. Yeah, and then there is 90 Glock. Well, I don't understand the question why what 90 Glock. I don't know what you're asking me. Why is a deep question. So many, just like who, what, when, where. But I think one of the most significant questions is, and ever can be asked in certain situations, is how. How do you get to the point where you release the carbon dioxide, the negativity, the positive? I mean, and put in the positive. You release it by actually replacing it with the positive conversations and the mindset that you need in order to move forward. And then there was Llama Monster. I appreciate Llama Monster. Please, folks, don't forget to hit that like button. Those thumbs up are greatly appreciated. It lets YouTube know that maybe Mel is seeing something interesting. Different problems is understood, but violence and bullying only adds to the blame. It is also sad praying for peace. Yeah, you want to pray for peace. That's something that we also need. Prayer is definitely needed in this world. There's a lot of people that are not being prayed for. There's a lot of people who don't have covering. There's a lot of people out there that don't have anybody that care about them or concerned about them in any shape, form, or otherwise. So, like I said, I definitely agree with you on that, Margie. If you want to talk about prayer works. It does. You do have to believe, though. You have to believe. A lot of times we living in a world full of hopelessness and darkness and despair. And it's not only just hopelessness and darkness and despair in this world. There's light, there's peace, there's love. All right, Mo. Thank you for coming through. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate it. It lets YouTube know that you appreciate me, and I appreciate you folks for being here. Like I said, I'm not going to be on too much longer, but long enough to have an impact, long enough to let you folks know that this is what it is and what it's about. Hopefully there's anybody else out there. Maybe this resonates with you. Maybe this is something that you want to further discuss. Maybe there's something that you think I didn't elaborate on, I didn't expand on. Let me know, in the comment section below, or later on, reshare this if you think this is worthwhile. If I said something that's impactful, thank you for the 5th thumbs up. I appreciate that, and the 6 people watching. like I said, this is all relevant. It is a lot of ways where we have to just release the negativity. Sometimes we hold on to it so long it becomes cancerous. It becomes something that just destroys our quality of life. It takes us down. And in releasing it, we're able to take in more oxygen, more clean air. You know what I mean? John Hoke like Huss. Okay, thank you. What up? I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. I'm just trying to encourage folks to release that negative energy, man, and take on more of the positive, take on more of the light, take on more of the upbuilding conversations, take on more of the encouraging things. Be around people that are gonna, push you forward and push you to where you need to be and who you need to be. You know, that's what it is. Which people could find inspirational videos like yours, Cash Sevens. Well, like I said, I appreciate that, Margie. I'm not as inspirational as I would like to be, but I appreciate it. I know Cap 7 is inspirational, and I have 7 people in the chat. 7 thumbs up, 6, 7. It's all good. I appreciate it. Like I said, but you want to be around people that are encouraging to you. You want to be around people who are going to be realistic with you. You want to be around people who are going to tell you the truth. You don't want to be around people who are constantly tearing you down, who are constantly criticizing you, not teaching you anything, not leading you into the better ways of life, and really trying to encourage you and get the best for you. People that want to see you win and succeed. Sometimes we're around people that hate us for just being who we are. Sometimes we have those folks in our family. Sometimes we have those folks at work. Sometimes we just have those folks walking by in the street or whatever. People just hate you for your aura, for whatever the case it may be. Try not to gravitate towards those negative people looking for validation, and affirmation. Like I said, be around people who are like-minded from you. They say birds of a feather flock together. You know what I mean? Look at the birds that you flock with. Look at the company you keep. Look at those things that you take in. Sometimes it just needs to be released. There was a rhyme in there, but we're going to get into that. Like I said, this is just something that was just on my mind. It's just in my heart, spirit, if you want to say so. And who is this? Shane Peach. Thank you, Shane Peach, for coming through. Maybe it's the title that drew people in. I don't know. But it is like that, though. Saying, like I said, how much, carbon dioxide do you take in? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That comes in many disguises, meaning, or how much negativity do you coming through? With your, in contact with your, like, how much negativity do you put out there? Thank you, Llama Monster. You had a solid live stream earlier, too. I appreciate you. It's just a matter of me giving you something to think about. Like I said, think about the things in your life that you're trying to accomplish. Salute, Deadhead. I see you. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Think about the negativity and all the stuff that you have in your life. Think about the things that you're holding on to, or the things that you're beating like a dead horse, or, the stuff that just seems familiar to you, but you keep it because it's just something that you're used to. Sometimes people can't take, just letting go of the negativity, letting go of the past, letting go of the things that don't mean anything. Sometimes it's just familiar. We keep the negativity or the carbon dioxide inside of us because it's familiar. We keep the poisonous gases, the cancerous things in our life because, you know what? We know what to expect from it. Even if it's killing us, even if it's hurting and destroying our relationships and things that we're into, that we really care about, stuff that's really helping us in life. You have to release it. And releasing it is by exchanging it for the positive, exchanging it for the encouraging, exchanging it for the uplifting, the upbuilding, the things that are conducive to life, the creativity, the inspiration that, sparks change and, really, opens people's minds and takes away the blindness, Somebody said I like Stevie Wonder with the shades, but, no pun intended. Love Stevie Wonder. You are the sunshine of my life. Anyway, that's just what it is. Like I said, I don't know. Hopefully this is making sense to somebody. Hopefully when you look at this and watch this back, or whoever watches this back, or somebody sees this, hopefully this made sense to you in some type of way. I know it's a reach. I know the title is what it is. You're probably like, hey, what the heck is he talking about? But I'm talking about negative versus positive energy. You know what I mean? Releasing it, taking on stuff that's actually, going to help you live and make you a better person, and leave you in an open state of mind, in a focused state, to where you can accomplish things and do great things, and and seize your destiny, and go after what it is that you were born to be and you're supposed to be on this planet, on this earth. So many times there are negative things that we take on, that we hold on to, that stop us and hinder us from becoming who we should be. And it's sad to see that sometimes people just don't get that encouragement. They don't get that upliftment. They don't get that upbuilding. Spirit inside of them. They don't get that encouragement. How can it not make any sense? Well, sometimes this doesn't make sense to folks out there who want to do negative things and be caught up in just all kind of wickedness and all kind of nonsense that's going on in the world. And you don't need my help to be negative. I tell you in that way. You don't need my help to take on the carbon dioxide, the toxicity, the gossip, the backbiting, the hurtful conversations, the ill will and malintent in the world. You don't need Mel's help for that. That I'll tell you. But sometimes you need that encouragement. Sometimes you need that reminder. I get reminders, on a regular basis of, what, like I said, you want to have more love in your life, more peace in your heart. You don't want to be in a situation where you're constantly taking on negative things. Like I said in the video years ago, stress is a killer, man. Sometimes you're taking on so much stress, so much drama, so much aggravation, so much nonsense, that it can affect your health. It can affect your life. It can take you to places, dark places that you don't want to be. It can make you suicidal. It can make you homicidal. Hopefully it doesn't do that. It could depress you. Like I said, you let go of that negative energy, man. Release it. Be free. Free yourself. Free your mind. Free your soul. You know what I'm saying? Take time to meditate. Pray. Yes, yeah. No problem. I had hazmat training. If I wasn't in the military, I wouldn't understand that reference. But that's actually a cool reference, Margie. I appreciate that hazmat training. Yeah, I've had hazmat training too. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I like that. I gotta remember that one. Gotta remember that one, Margie. That's a dope comment. Wow, that's cool. Nah, but for the most part, you want to release yourself from this negativity. You have no obligation in your life to be in a negative state, in a constant state where things are just tearing you down and taking you apart and switching and pushing you all kind of ways. You have no obligation to be, led into darkness and just in despair and depressed all the time, and just taking on stuff because other folks feel, what, you're less than, or you're not going to achieve, or you shouldn't have better. Or you shouldn't have the best life that's possible for you. You know what I mean? And that starts with letting go of these negative things, these negative relationships, negative people, negative thoughts, whatever it may be, even if it's in the news, even if it's just, in conversation and passing with coworkers. Sometimes you have to walk away from situations and people that are just going to bring you down. Sometimes you just have to let people go. Sometimes those folks are family members. Sometimes those folks are friends. Sometimes those folks are lovers. Unfortunately, it may even be our own children. Like I said, sometimes you have to walk away from situations. You love them from a distance. You pray for them, in the privacy of your own home or wherever's a safe place, because that's what happens sometimes. You just have to really let go, Yeah, it's buffering, it's all good, but there's always the replay button, Margie. There's always the replay button. And I stayed on a few extra minutes because, like I said, I just got caught up in the move, got caught up in the moment. Like I said, I hope somebody takes this back, watches this, lets this be out there. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm not right and always, exact with everything that I'm saying, but I'm trying to speak it real, so speak my truth, I encourage people to speak their truth out there. Speak your truth. Live your truth. Live what your reality is. Live what the reality is of the world, or truth in its purest form, as it exists, as it is. And that's really what I try to come with my live streams and where I'm at and what I'm doing and whatnot. And I'm appreciative if it's one person in there, or if it's a million, who knows? Maybe I'll get to 1 million people on the live stream one day. That's if somebody will cut me a check, but we're going to leave that alone. Like I said, I'm going to go live stream later on, more than likely, and right now I just got to end this because I got some things that I got to take care of. I'm going to go to the 25-minute mark, and then I think that'll be it. But like I said, let go of that negativity. It's like releasing carbon dioxide, because when you hold on to it, it just tears you up. It just causes toxicity. It takes you to a place where it can ruin your life to the point where it can even end your life. And who wants that? Unless you're an anarchist or somebody that wants to get into that. But that's beside the point. Definitely appreciative to all you folks that constantly come through, support, that show love, that give the likes, the thumbs up, that reshare, that comment. You make this worth what it is. Lady Llama Monster, I appreciate you, Margie. Deadhead, all the other folks, Eagle VP that was in here. Again, as always, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Thank you for coming by.